Hi friends, welcome to my channel and my newest video, Evil Behind the Lens. This case recently found closure in November 2022 with Taylor being sentenced to DP. I will add what DP means in the description of this video. There's multiple triggers within this video. We will discuss fetal abduction, unaliving, amongst other things. If these topics may cause emotional distress, it's best to click off now. It was an autumn morning with weather in the mid to upper 60s in New Boston, Texas. On this morning, the town of less than 5,000 would have a tragedy, which would change the future of a young family. A husband by the name Homer was not able to reach his wife Reagan on October 9, 2020. His wife Reagan was around 7.5 months pregnant with a baby girl they are going to name Braxton Sage. She should have been getting ready for work and taking their toddler to daycare. He tried to call his wife numerous times and she did not answer. He became worried and called his mother-in-law to swing by and check on her. His mother-in-law, Jessica, left work to head over and check on her daughter. She went by her granddaughter's daycare since it was closer. When the daycare worker came back and said her granddaughter wasn't there, she knew something had happened. She called her husband, Marcus, to let him know what was happening and how she felt she should go by the police department. When speaking with Marcus, they decided it was best for her to go to Reagan's first, and he'd meet her there. When Jessica pulled up to Reagan, she noticed the garage door was open. Then she noticed streaks of blood on the driveway and in the garage. When she walked up to the door, she noticed bloody fingerprints on the doorknob. She opened the door and found her daughter on the kitchen floor. Blood stained her blonde hair red. She backed out and called 911. Jessica's husband Marcus and his friend Chris arrived, and Jessica begged them not to go in. She did not want her husband to see Reagan like this. Chris went into the house to look for Reagan's daughter. The 3-year-old was found in her bedroom. The toddler was unharmed, frightened, and hiding under a blanket. Reagan's husband, Homer, showed up to the house, and Marcus and Chris did all they could to keep him from going inside. Around 9:30 a.m., almost an hour before Reagan's body was found, a police officer noticed a car driving erratic and pulled it over. It was a woman in her late 20s by the name of Taylor Parker. She appeared to have just given birth. The driver told the officer she was driving down the road when she felt her water break and the baby just came out. She told the officer the baby wasn't breathing and she was trying to get to a hospital in McCurtain County, Oklahoma. The umbilical cord was coming out of her pants. Taylor had been performing CPR on the baby. The officer called for an ambulance, which took Taylor and her baby to a hospital in Adabel, Oklahoma. When medical staff tried to examine Taylor, she would not allow them. When the staff finally examined her, it was determined she did not give birth to that baby girl. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations was called to speak with Taylor. Taylor admitted to investigators she was not pregnant and did not give birth. She admitted she assaulted Reagan. Taylor then removed Reagan's baby from the womb and abducted the child. Reagan Hancock was a 21-year-old soon-to-be mom of 2 baby girls. She was around 34 weeks pregnant on October 9, 2020. Reagan was very family-oriented, fun-loving, and was a proud mom. When looking back through her social media accounts, she has numerous posts or pictures with or about her family, especially her daughter and mom. She was extremely close with her mom, always bragging about how strong of a woman she is. You could see her mom was her role model. She loved going to the races with her family, cheering on her parents from the stands. She was devastated when her stepdad Marcus had a bad car accident and was hospitalized. She had numerous posts for prayers and updating everyone on his health. She made a post that all she wanted for Christmas was her stepdad to be able to come home from the hospital. Not long before Christmas, she posted again about how she's getting her Christmas wish. Just like any woman her age, she had her ups and downs. She had her very first child young, and things did not work out with her daughter, Kinley's dad. Even though things did not work out, they did stay cordial for the sake of their daughter. Reagan showed her fun side when she commented on his Facebook post and called him baby daddy. She met Homer Hancock and fell in love. Homer fell in love with Reagan and her daughter Kinley. He stepped in and became a father figure, a dad to Kinley. She had numerous posts about how great he is, not only as a boyfriend, but as a dad. They purchased a home at 200 Austin Street. Not long after, Homer proposed to Reagan. It was super cute. He had a shirt made for Kinley to wear with the wording, "Mommy, will you marry my daddy?" Reagan was so excited about her engagement and wanted to celebrate by having engagement pictures made. This is when evil entered their life. Reagan hired a photographer by the name of Taylor Morton Parker. Where does a person even start with Taylor? I'm not going to go into full detail of all of her lies and crimes in this video. Taylor Morton Parker was a 26-year-old who held numerous jobs. She worked in the medical field and as a photographer on the side. She is the mother of two. Her son lived with her ex-husband, and her daughter split time between Taylor and Taylor's mom. She has been married and divorced twice and has several aliases. She met Wade Griffin at a rodeo on July 25, 2019 in Naples, Texas. Taylor moved in with Wade around August or October of 2019. When Taylor and Wade first started dating, she told Wade and some of his family that she was pregnant with twins, and Wade was the father. She told multiple stories of how she lost these babies. Around January 15, 2020, she spoke with her friend Stephanie about how Wade is barely talking to her. Close to the same time, she calls her ex-husband and told him how Wade was going to leave or break up with her and asked if her daughter could come live with him. Her ex wasn't the biological father, but he was a good guy and helped raise her. About January 23rd, 2020, Taylor texts Stephanie about how she thinks she's pregnant and is scared to tell Wade. She tells Stephanie how she's nauseous, smells were bothering her, and how exhausted she's been. You know, the typical pregnancy signs. She told her friend Angela about the pregnancy around January 25th. They continued to talk a few days later about how Taylor took a pregnancy test and it being a faint line. Taylor also told her Wade was just in shock. He doesn't know how to take it right now. February 3rd, 2020, she texted her friend Angela, 7 weeks and 2 days. She sent an ultrasound picture and said, "I put my picture in my wallet and forgot the magnet. We'll mess it up. So I'm going to go back tomorrow during lunch to get another picture." More of this type of activity continued until close to her due date. She had a gender reveal photo shoot, which they pretended to brand a cow, and smoke was the color pink. Taylor and Wade decided to name their daughter Clancy Gail Griffin. Due to the pandemic, on September 10th, 2020, Wade and Taylor had a drive-by baby shower. If you're not familiar with this, it's the new way events have been done because of the pandemic. The guests would come by and drop off a gift, take a treat, or a goodie bag. Taylor's due date would come and go, and no sign she would be having this baby naturally. It appeared she'd have to be induced. Then strange things started happening. On October 5th, 2020, the house Taylor and Wade shared caught fire. Thank goodness they were able to put it out and no one was hurt. The same day, she was scheduled to be induced at a local hospital. This was canceled due to a bomb threat. It was later discovered Taylor called in this threat. Taylor and Wade had plans to head to Wynwood, Oklahoma, to a hog sale. It's about a 4-hour drive from where they live. Taylor ended up staying behind because she started having pains. She told Wade she'll go get pre-registered and meet him at the hospital around lunchtime. Well, there's a reason all of this was happening when she was scheduled to give birth. See, Taylor could not have babies. She had her tube tied on January 24, 2014, and a year later, a total hysterectomy. Taylor was faking her pregnancy this whole time. She did not want to lose Wade, so she told him she was pregnant, and she was hoping that would keep him. From rumors around town, Wade was not happy with her because of all the lies he had caught her in. Not long before Taylor's due date, Wade received a text stating Taylor was not pregnant. and hospitals in a certain radius were all on full alert because they were worried she would try to take a baby. Taylor stated this was someone trying to break them up, and he believed her. Reagan and Taylor's friendship started on Facebook March 3rd, 2019. Around July 2019, Taylor takes engagement pictures of Reagan, Homer, and Kinley. Reagan invited Taylor to her wedding and hired her as a photographer. The wedding took place September 21st, 2019. In January 2020, Reagan makes a post about Chinese food on Facebook, and Taylor comments asking if Reagan is pregnant. September 17th, 2020, Taylor unfriends Homer and his sister-in-law. October 7th, 2020, Taylor and Reagan meet at a Starbucks. Taylor mentions she has a gift for the baby but forgot it. October 8th, Taylor takes Reagan a baby gift and spends the evening with her. October 9th, 2020, the day of the incident where Reagan and Braxton lose their life. The family finally received justice on November 9th, 2022, when Taylor is sentenced to the DP. Now let's take a few moments to remember Reagan and Braxton. Thank you for watching my video.